Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Couldn't do an intro tonight. Just wanted to get through this preview really quickly and run through my tips. So let's get into it. Race 1, Moonee Valley, is a benchmark 70 over the 1200 meters, and I'm with Captain's Wire on top for Blake Shin. I think it's an absolute moral here and should be winning. Was very good first up, running an outstanding race behind Unusual Culture, fitted for that run, and should prove extremely hard to beat here. From Caesar, the last start, Moonee Valley winner, went to the front and bolted in, but I think Blake Shin would have had the decision to ride Cap de Joie and Caesar. He decides to ride Cap de Joie, and that's why I'm with it. Aspen Colorado probably gets too far back, but does have Damien Oliver there. Has to lift up its last start effort. And Rhinoceros, I thought, was over the odds at $17, but Cap de Joie on top. Race 1 at the Valley, 30 the win to start. William Reid Knight with a win. Race number 2 at the Valley, it's a benchmark 64 handicap over the 1200 meters, and I'm quite keen here on our goddess for Ben Mellum and Clinton McDonald. Drawn barrier number 3, and inside barrier, importantly, has been very good this campaign, winning first up. Don't know what to make of the second up run, but bounced back last start in winning. I think go right on with it here, where a lot of these horses have had quite a few chances in this race. He's only had the 5 starts, and he's been pretty good in all of them. But that second up defeat was at the Valley, but I don't think we learnt much in that run. And I think he can bounce back here and be a winner at the Valley. And $5 is a really good price. From our Heidi, who likely leads for Gary Lowe here for Phillip Stokes, has the new South Australian form, but has only won the 2 races. So interested to see how it goes. Zion for 3rd and Squirmy for 4th, just make up the numbers. But our Goddess on top. Race 2 at the Valley, 25 the win for Ben Mellum. Pretty keen on its chances. Race number 3 at the Valley is the listed St. Albans Stakes over the 1200 metres. Brave Med on top. Pretty keen on its chances. Drawn barrier number 2. I think Johnny Allen will kick him forward to the lead. And from that position, it'll be very hard to beat. Was 250 favourite last start and absolutely demolished its rivals by 4.5 lengths. But it was only his maiden victory. Though I still think he can go run on with it here and record the listed race at its 3rd start. Suzuko, don't know if they race here or they go to Flemington, but I think it's a massive chance in either race. 12 into 750, the market's saying something there, and has barrier number 4 for Motti. Think it can run a really good race. Shoresay has been trolling up really well, and Shadow Fear scratched now, so ignore that. But Brad Med on top, 40 the win and 10 the saver on Suzuko in the listed St. Albans Stakes at the Valley. Race number 4 at the Valley's a benchmark 64 handicap over the 2014 metres. Golden Crusader on top from barrier number 1. I think you can take a fair bit of beating here for Celine Gaudrake. It's carrying the 60 kilos after the claim. Likely leads on its ear, and I think it's going to be very hard to beat. Is very good second up and has a very good record to its name. So, in knowing all of that, I think, and I'm very happy to put it on top. From Accused for second, I thought was very good last start and can bounce back here. Don't think it'll win, but it'll definitely run top 3. Delta Tango, the one with the Moonee Valley form, but is drawn wide. And Knight Layla. Interested to see how this horse goes. Second run in Australia for Zach Spain. Phillip Stokes coming over from South Australia, but does have the big weight. But Golden Crusader on top, race 4 at the Valley, 25 the win. I'm quite keen on its chances. Race number 5 at the Valley, the second stakes race of the night. It's the Group 3 Sunline Stakes over the 1600 metres, and I'm with Sirileo. It's another one for Ben Mellum, this time for Simon Wild. Absolutely bolted in last start at Flemington, beat subsequent rival in Barb Raider that day, and was very good in winning that race. And I think we'll lead on its ear here. They will have to do a bit of work from barrier number 8, but still should lead and be very hard to beat. Revolutionary missed the class and race in the race. I think will run really well. Was a big win last start, but how far is he going to get from barrier number 5? Don't know, but does have the lightweight. Barb Raider was good last start, but I still think it had its chance, and I don't think it'll beat Sirileo Miss off the margin she put on that horse. And So You See, anywhere back to near its best can win, but $10 is about its right price. But Sirileo Miss, for me in the Sunline, 20 the win. Race number 6 at Moonee Valley is the Ladbrokes 55 second challenge final over the 955 metres, and Foxycon on top. And I think it's going to be winning here with the 53 kilos for Carleen Happel. Very keen on this horse's chances. Loves the distance of the 955. 4 starts, 3 wins and a third, 2 from 2 Moonee Valley, and 2 from 2 at the track and distance, and loves dry ground. I think it's a moral here and should be very hard to beat. Unflinching for second. They're not going to give up the inside barrier and will be in it for a long way with the barrier, but the weight I think is going to be bit of an anchor for the horse. Mutinous, don't know what to make of it. It was a pretty mixed run last start, but if they find the lead with the horse, could be very hard to beat. An extravagant star, lightweight, class runner in the race. I think it'll run well from barrier number 8. But Foxy Con on top, the first moral of the evening, 40 the win. Race 7 at the Valley is the Group 1 William Reid Stakes over the 1200 metres, the feature of the night, and Imperitriz on top. And I think it'll take a lot of beating here. My on-top selection was Benedetta, but now Scratch going to Flemington, and I think in Imperitriz now is going to be extremely hard to beat for O.P. Boston. He wouldn't be coming over here if he didn't think it was a good chance. Took a good horse well, not a good horse, but a run-on horse to beat it last start in Sydney. Was very good in the Canterbury. Comes back to the 1200 metres. Good racing style. I think it'll suit the Valley. Class on her side. And it's clearly the one to beat. The record speaks for itself, and I don't need to say anything more about it. But pretty keen, very keen on its chances. Jigsaw, your likely leader in the race, will go forward for Dan Moore, and I think we'll run a good race. A Case of You, the import for Michael Kent Jr. from barrier number 10 makes it hard, but interested to see how it goes. Has been trialling well in September Run, the winner of the race last year. Can it go on with it? Natural Wheeler in the saddle, and Chris Waller, the only runner he has in the race. I think that's saying something, and I think it'll run well. But Imperitriz on top in the Group 1, William Reid. It looks all over. Race number 8 at Moonee Valley, the final race of the night on William Reid Stakes night. It's the Group 3 Alexandra Stakes over the 1600 metres. Papillon Club on top, and quite clearly the one they have to beat. Class on her side in absolute droves. Has been very good in each run of its campaign, and considering it's only its second campaign, I think it's done a marvellous job. Winning twice, already proved stakes competitive. Ran third to Wollombi in the Vanity, ran second last at the Revolutionary Miss in the CUNY, who goes around one of the Market of Lakes in the previous stakes race on the night. It's the right form for this race, and is quite clear the one to beat. And $2.15 into $1.70. Yeah, you can see why it's the one to beat. Jenny Jerome, the main danger, though, is drifting. Tass, good win last start. Can it back it up? I think it can. But I think that Papillon Club's a better horse than it, and will be winning. Johnny Allen and the can run well. And Balmere was disappointing last start. Thought it should have won, but question is, can it bounce back? But Papillon Club, the one to beat in the Alexandra, 50 the win. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for Group 1 William Reid Stakes. I hope I found a winner. I hope you back a winner. And I hope that it's going to be a very profitable night for everybody, and I hope that some winners are found. And thank you for watching again, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for the preview of Group 1 Australian Cup Day at Flemington. Pretty good card, and I'm pretty keen on a couple, and quite a few at value that I like as well. But thank you for watching.